Hello and welcome to part 4 of the Tim Burton style character series. This is David Ward, and last time I left you we had just finished creating the inside of the mouth, the teeth, and the tongue and everything. And we created a shape key with the bases on here so we could see our handiwork there inside the mouth. But since we're going to be working on further down, we still are using the mirror modifier. And for example, if we get everything done with that, and still left those shape keys on there, if we tried to apply the mirror modifier, it says cannot be applied to mesh with shape keys. So let's go ahead and just get rid of those now. Let's get rid of all that, empty that out completely. And we're going to move on down and start working on the torso now. So we'll tab into edit mode, get our face select mode, deselect everything, and just select these bottom faces here. And then let's go ahead and turn off the proportional editing for now. There we go. And we'll go ahead and extrude down. And let's just go ahead and bring it all the way down here. And then bring it in here to where it's a little more narrow. And we'll go ahead and add some more loops in here once we get to that point. One thing that's a little distracting right now is the Subsurf. As you can see, we're moving it around. It looks like proportional editing's turned on. Excuse me, but it's not. It's just moving those gradually because the Subsurf is turned on. So let's go ahead and turn that off. And why not? Let's go ahead and turn that one off too. So let's just work on the half right now. Be a little less confusing. Okay, so this is going to be his torso. And again, since this is a stylized character, we don't really need to go fully anatomically correct here. So let's just go from here. So we'll grab that center group of faces there and just drag that down. Let's grab this edge here, W smooth. Maybe one more time. Let's just grab that whole loop there and bring it down. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add a couple of loops in here. Let's add 3 to start with, and then let's go ahead and turn on the proportional editing back on there, and drag this center loop up here. So he's gonna have a curve to his spine there. I'll go ahead and drag this part out a little bit. Maybe add one more loop right in here, scale that down some. A little bit of separation between his back and his posterior area. Okay, and then we'll grab this top part of his shoulders, just those vertices there. Yes, and not those. Okay, now we'll go ahead and smooth. And maybe let's add one more loop right there. Just drag that out so it's nice and curved. Okay. Now I mentioned in part 1 that we're going to just create a base character here that's actually male, but I'd like to be able to, if I need to, go ahead and turn it into a female if I want, just by using shape keys or whatever. So to do that and get a nice shape of the breast, if you're going to add breasts, let's go ahead and add that here. We'll go ahead and get rid of these 4 faces here. Delete the faces. Okay. And we'll grab this whole loop here, and it shows that we have 8 vertices. So I'm going to go Shift S and add my cursor to the selected, so it puts it right there in the middle. And I'm going to go Shift A, and I'm going to add a UV sphere. And this is going to act as, on the female, it will act as the breast, and on the male, it will act as the pectoral area. Which, since it's a skinny, stylized character, it'll probably be mostly just smoothed out, but we'll still need the base geometry there. Okay, so let's change it to, since we had 8 vertices around that, let's change the segments to 8 as well. And then let's give it, not very many rings, let's give it 6 rings. And then set the size way down, about right there. Let's look at our front view, and maybe a tiny bit bigger. We'll move it over here, and then we'll rotate it around about to like so. Okay, now we can go ahead and get rid of the back part. So select that loop right there. Go ahead and hit delete vertices, and then we'll select one vertex there. Control L. Go ahead and delete the rest of them. Okay, so now we'll grab this top one, grab that guy, Alt M to merge them to their center. Same thing all the way around. Go ahead and move that one out some. Go ahead and bring these back a little bit. Go ahead and merge those together. Same thing there. And down there. Go ahead and grab those. There we go. And finally, there. Okay, so right now it obviously looks like a pair of breasts, but like I said, since this is the male character, we'll go ahead and just select this whole rounded region there and just go ahead and smooth those down quite a bit and drag them in. And it might be a little easier also to do this in sculpt mode, so let's expand this out, use the smooth tool. There we go. And just maybe actually the flatten tool right there. Just go ahead and just run that over there and just flatten that out. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to object mode and turn this to smooth shading so that's smooth there. Okay, so now you can see it's more of a pectoral area than the round breast area. So let's go ahead and pop back to sculpt mode and get the grab tool, and let's try to just get this shaped up a little bit better. Might have some problems with the strange geometry in here. Let's go and smooth that out. And that guy too. And why not? Let's get this final loop out here. Oops. And just smooth that all out. Okay, now it looks a little weird still yet, but we'll get to that once we add the arms and everything. So let's go ahead and smooth up the rest of the torso. Don't want it to be too squarish along the edges, so let's run the smooth tool around there. Okay. Okay, now we'll just go ahead and pop into edit mode, and let's go ahead and start the arms out. Coming out there. Let's grab these 6 faces there, go to our front view, and go and extrude those out. Kind of scale them down a little bit. And let's go ahead and grab this loop right here. The origin of the shoulder loop there. And grab all 4 sides of it. There we go. And we'll go ahead and smooth that a little bit. And let's go ahead and bring it in some. Now it's making our chest area look even stranger, but like I said, once we get the arms situated, we will work on getting that whole area straightened out. Okay, so let's go to top view and grab all these guys. And that one. Now let's just bring those kind of forward, rotate them around some. Okay. And we'll kind of do like we did on the torso. Let's just go and extrude way out, all the way down to, I guess, where the elbow would go. And we'll add another couple of loops in here so we get some more definite shape there. Scale this down. And tell you what, let's just grab this whole area and smooth that out. Maybe grab these guys, drag those back a little bit manually, rounding them off. A lot of times you might notice my proportional editing fall off kind of shrinks and grows as I'm moving, and it's easy to do. You just, if you have a mouse that has a scroll wheel on it, you can do that as you're moving. Like, for example, if I grab this vertex here and I want to move it out, but I want to give it more influence on the vertices around it, I just scroll down and you can see it adjust it as I'm moving it. Or if I don't want it to control any, I just scroll up and it decreases the fall off. So that's how you do that. Okay, so that's starting to look okay. Let's see if we can't get that chest looking a little bit better now. Go ahead and smooth that up. Maybe get the old grab tool. Let's jump into edit mode and see what we can do in here. This whole bottom of it up a little bit. A lot of this is just trial and error, just kind of playing with it until it looks about the way you want. Okay, get the old smooth tool a little bit again. Run that over there. Maybe get the grab tool. Okay, so, well, let's just go in here manually. How did I get the thumb tool? I don't even know. Smooth. Weirdness. Strength up. There we go. Smooth that whole region out. And let's get some more. Let's add a loop right here, just so we can get a more definite shape there around the collarbone. And then maybe we'll grab the neck and smooth that up a little bit too. Okay, so that's starting to look okay. Let's shrink this down a little bit. Maybe grab both of those and smooth them. Okay, now I'm noticing this vertex is going a little too far inwards. Okay, you know what? We don't really. I mean, you can play with the chest settings as much as you want, but for the most part, he's gonna be wearing clothes, so you know it's not real important that this looks 100% perfect because it'll be covered up in the end anyways. So let's just get to a good stopping point, and I think that'll work for the chest. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the legs started as well, like we did with the arms. Just kind of get the general part that's attached to the body. We'll go ahead and get that started. So let's just move these vertices here to act as the groin area, and then we'll grab the face select and get these faces there. I'm going to go ahead and extrude those down and maybe drag them a little bit towards the center. Maybe scale them down a little bit too. Okay, and then let's grab the edge loop there and smooth that up. Maybe give his hips a little bit more definition there. Okay, so that's starting to look decent. Go ahead and save this. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on the body just a little bit more and get that kind of looking the way we want, and then we'll continue on with getting the arms and legs situated. Okay, so this is going to be the top of the backside. So let's give it a little more. Let's just move this whole thing down. Control E, and we'll do an edge slide. Then Alt S to scale it down a little bit. Give another loop right there. Same deal. Actually, let's undo that. Let's grab this loop here and slide it down. And then we could probably make the whole torso a little bit shorter. Let's increase our fall off as we're rotating that and just drag it up. Maybe drag that back a little bit. Just Let's make this whole shape here a little bit shorter too. And maybe make this area a little thinner. There we go. Okay, go ahead and save that. And let's go and do the legs first. Those will be easier. We won't have to add the fingers and everything. Get the easy part done first. Actually, it's better to get the hard part done first, but I'll go ahead and do the legs for now. So let's do the same thing we did like on the torso and the arm. Just extrude that way down and get it in position and scale it down. And then we'll add some more loops there to get a better shape to it. So this is about where the knee is. Okay, let's go and extrude down again. And this will be about where the ankle is. So you can see we obviously need to fix some of the shape here. It's not really working at this point. So let's grab these, bring those out a little bit. Let's grab this whole lower half of his body and just scale it down some. Not too close. We don't want to merge those vertices right there. Make it a little wider right there. Okay, so that's starting to look okay, I think. Of course, it's got a very squared off look to it. So let's grab these vertices here and move those forward so they're more rounded. And we'll grab these here. Same thing. And let's just grab this, each loop here on the leg, and just smooth those. And it should round them out for us a little bit. Let's go ahead and slide that one back up. And slide this one up. And let's go ahead and grab this and just flatten it down. Okay. And then let's give his knees a bit of a bend. And we'll add another loop right there. And then let's add another loop about right there. And one more here. Give that a little bit more thickness. Drag it back a little bit. It's going to be his calf area. And let's grab this whole loop here around his knee and just scale that down. Maybe increase the fall off a little bit. So there we got a nice knee separation. Okay, go ahead and save. And still got a squared off look to it. So we'll just gently run our smooth tool. Set the strength down a little bit. Just run that over everywhere. Maybe we'll come into edit mode and start giving some more definition to his backside. And like I said before, we're kind of modeling him nude for the most part, but since it's a cartoon stylized character, we don't really need to worry about, you know, being anatomically correct. You know, unless that's what you're going for. If you're making a model that is, then go all out and add whatever you need to add. But for this tutorial series, we're just going to do just a simple Barbie doll, Ken doll type of physique. Okay, so since we added the smooth to the legs, they're a little too skinny now, I think. So let's grab that loop, beef that up just a little, and maybe flatten off the front side of it. Let's bring those knees out a little bit more. Drag that up. And one more loop right there. A loop down here. Okay, so that's starting to look okay, I think. Let's go ahead and do the feet, I guess. Go ahead and grab these vertices here, extrude out like so, and then let's turn off the fall off for now. Turn off, disable, there we go. Scale on the z-axis 0 times to flatten it off. Then maybe give it a little bit of a smooth. Drag that down. And let's select all those ones in the front. These 3 faces there. Okay. And let's go ahead and extrude those out all the way down to here. And grab that middle one, bring it out a little further. And then we need to grab the 2 sides, like so. Drag those down to where we have a nice rounded shape on top of the foot as well. And let's rotate this for now so that it's pointing forward. It'll be easier to work on. In this view. So that loop there. Drag that down. Let's select. Oy vey. Hit the right button, please. C. There we go. Jeez Louise. Just drag that out. Okay, and let's go to our side view. Let's grab this whole ankle area and drag that up. Maybe give it some smoothness. Okay, this is just going to be a basic foot shape. Kind of just a triangular. Actually, I don't want to grab the bottom. Let's just grab the top. And let's make them a little bit longer. I want to try to keep the bottom of it as flat as we can. Okay, so we got the side looking about the way I want. Let's tell you what, if we look at it from top view, all this other mess is in the way, so let's hit B to select everything and just select all of those and hit H. And it'll hide them. It didn't delete them, it just hid them, so we still got them. The way you unhide them is you hit Alt-H, and see it unhides it. So we want them hidden now. So top view, let's grab this loop here, scale it on the X-axis. Okay. Then maybe we can start shaping this foot to look a little bit better. Okay. And then on the back side, it's a little too flat. Let's grab these vertices here and move those back, like so. And tell you what, let's select this whole heel area and scale that on the X-axis a little bit smaller. Then maybe drag it, rotate it a little. Maybe grab this loop here, drag that over, and let's give it a nice footprint shape, like so. And now let's go ahead and select this very bottom group of vertices and scale that 0%. And then let's grab this whole 2 rows and bring it down a little bit so it's got a little more thickness to his feet. Okay, so that's starting to get there. Let's add 1 loop here. And then let's round off the toe a little bit more. And bring the heel out some. And let's add a loop there. Scale it down. So there's more separation there at the ankle. Okay, so now we have some decent looking feet. Get your smooth tool again and real lightly set the strength way down. Let's just go in here and clean this up a little bit. Like so. Okay. And now let's go ahead and rotate them back. Remember, we rotated them forward so they'll be easier to work on. So let's go ahead and rotate them back so they're more in line with the rest of the leg. So just slightly, like so. Okay, so now we have our legs and feet and torso. Now looking at it like this, you can see that it's not really very proportional. So let's go to our side view And let's select everything from the waist down. And let's scale it up just, let's put our 3D cursor right there in the middle. Right there. And then hit period, so we're scaling around it. And just scale everything up a little bit. And I think that's a little bit better. Now let's go ahead and, with our smooth tool, let's come in here and kind of just smooth up where we changed everything. Maybe give a little more definition there around the bottom of the spine. Let's go ahead and add one more loop right there. Drag that down. Round off the buttocks a little bit better. And maybe bring this down some. Okay. Okay, so there we go. I like the legs and feet. Smooth this up just a little bit here around the waist again. And I think we're just about good to go with part 4 here. So let's go ahead and save this. And in part 5, we'll go in and finish out the rest of the arms and go ahead and do the hands. So again, that's going to be it for part 4. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in part 5.